Hello and welcome to Productive AF. I'm Chris, your tour guide through freelancer and content creator hell. So, you want to get started on Fiverr and you want to do voiceover. Awesome. Do you need a professionally produced demo? Yes. Yes, you do. I know this is contradictory to a lot of what you're going to find out there and a lot of what you're going to see from other people giving advice on how to succeed on online freelancing sites and Fiverr in particular. But yes, you do need a great and professionally produced demo. Now, when I say that, do you have to have one to sign up? No. Do you need a microphone? No. Do you need a catchy thumbnail? No. You can sign up with Fiverr right now just by recording 5 seconds on your iPhone, submitting it, and adding a really crummy selfie that you just took. You can do that. You're not going to get any traction. You're competing against people who are seasoned, who have really, really good samples and really well-produced demos out there. And I'm one of them. And I'll tell you a story about how I first got started on Fiverr years ago. I was taking voiceover classes. I was just trying to get my footing, trying to find my place in the industry and trying to get some work. Excuse me. And I took a class that at the end of the class, we went into the studio and we recorded a demo. And you generally want to be wary of classes like that, a kind of all-in-one package that doesn't require any experience or anything, and they'll record a demo for you at the end. But even the instructor was like, this is not going to be a great demo. We just want you to have the experience of going into the studio and actually seeing what it's like to record one as kind of the capstone. So I got my demo and I had it mixed, and it was not very good. It wasn't great. And so I went ahead and I started a Fiverr profile and I made my thumbnails and I uploaded my demo, and nothing at all. No jobs, no bookings, no inquiries, no messages, nothing. And I got nothing like this for a couple of years. And during that time, I kind of forgot about Fiverr entirely. And I was taking other classes. I was learning from other people. I was doing a lot of workshops. I started doing audiobooks. I was looking for agents. I was doing other pay-to-plays, things like that. And in this time, I then got a professionally produced demo from a really highly regarded producer in LA. And it was expensive and it was time consuming. And I worked with him a lot before the actual demo session. The actual demo recording and mixing was about $2,000. But all in all, that demo with all of the additional training and meetings and preparation for it with this producer probably cost me closer to $5,000. It was a expensive and lengthy process. And I got the demo and I started submitting to other agents, and I cut it up and put it on Voice123 and voices.com and things like that. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I've got this Fiverr account. I'll upload it to that. So I changed out my old crummy demo and I put in my new demo, and wouldn't you know it, nothing happened again. And nothing, I again kind of forgot about it. And then about 2 months later, I got an email saying, oh, you've gotten a message from this so-and-so on Fiverr.com. And I said, oh, cool. And I checked it out, and it was somebody who wanted to hire me, and they hired me to do a job for $5 or $10. I don't remember what it was exactly. And I was like, oh, that's great. I got a little bit of work, maybe a little bit of work, more work will triple in. Over the next 3 months, I watched my metrics and my earnings go in that hockey stick pattern where it's flat, 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 straight up. And I started making a whole lot of money on Fiverr. Now, I could sign up with something I made on my iPhone. I could sign up with something I made myself. I could sign up with my crummy demo that I got out of a class where even the instructor was saying, these demos are not going to be very good. Don't consider these professional demos. And when I did that, absolutely nothing happened. When I went in fully prepared with a highly produced demo, that is when I started booking work. Now, one of the things you might be thinking is how I can make my own samples. And yeah, you absolutely can. And you should. You should be making samples, and you should be recording every day. You should be setting up your home studio. You should be working on the sound quality. You should be taking classes and working on your performance. However, you are a terrible judge of how good or bad your own work sounds. I am a terrible judge of how good or bad my own work sounds. Everybody is a terrible judge of how good or bad their own work sounds. And you can show it to your friends, you can show it to your family, and they might be able to say, this is good, or this is not so good, but they're not going to be able to help you get better. Working with a really good coach or coaches, preferably lots of coaches, and then you can kind of pick and choose which things work best for you. And getting a really good demo is what's going to set you up for success. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of voice actors on Fiverr. I would wager nearly all of them have crummy self-produced demos, have recorded and mixed their own samples, and they're just not competitive. And here's the thing, if you're going on Fiverr, it's a big platform and people say, oh, you can just go on and do whatever. Try going on doing whatever and see what happens. I'm guessing it's not going to work out for you, because you're competing against people like me who have been doing this for a long time, who have thousands of 5-star reviews. You're going to be competing against people who have professional home studios. You're going to be competing against people who, when they listen to your samples, are not comparing it to nothing. They're comparing it to people who have demos that cost thousands of dollars to produce and were very, very well made. They sound like actual spots, and they're competitive not just on Fiverr, but in the industry at large. So I currently have 3 professionally produced demos. I have a commercial demo, which is the one you normally start with. That's the one I started with. I have a promo demo that I also got made by a different top promo producer in LA. That one cost me around $3,000, if I remember correctly. And then I have an animation demo that cost about $2,500, and that's not including the additional training that and preparation that I also did with that demo producer. So I've spent a whole lot of money on demos, but guess what? It paid off. And it paid off big time. And now I'm doing very well. I'm getting a ton of work, and I'm able to do this full time. So don't skimp out. Don't try to produce your own. If you're just starting out, yeah, go out, make your own, fool around with it, experiment, try different things, take classes, get coaching, and get a professional demo. A professional demo is going to set you apart in a big, big way from the other people that you're going to find on the platform. So thanks for watching. Go get them.